tonight. Find out when you can golf again at Palouse Ridge.
And the coronavirus is causing school closures, and it's pretty close to home. Find out where as Murrow News 8 starts now.
I'm Jane McDonald.
And I'm Jasmine Brown. Welcome to Murrow News 8.
The ASWSU Senate is entertaining a motion for pro tempore Hannah Martin's impeachment. Two senators complained to ASWSU Judicial Board after Martin allegedly forced a resignation and appointed a senator to the head of the Finance Committee without going through the appropriate channels. The Senate tabled the vote to impeach Martin late last night, and more senators are present. They will be able to cast the vote for Martin's impeachment.
The University of Idaho Faculty Union has sent out a letter to University President Scott Green saying the opposed proposition of outsourcing in-house facility services. University leaders say that this would save money and would avoid budgetary shortfall. This is expected to reach $22 million by 2022.
Teresa Elliott Cheslick is now the Vice President and Chief Human Resource Officer for Washington State University. Prior to returning to WSU, Elliott Cheslick held human resource positions in hospitality industry and up in Spokane at the Regional Health District. Elliott Cheslick is certified as a senior professional in human resources with an HR Certification Institute.
As the end of February approaches, Whitman County libraries are looking for donations to their food drive, and if you have fines to pay, well, it's a win-win. Here's Murrow News 8 reporter Rachel Sun with the story.
A can of soup, a roll of paper towels, a box of cake mix. They're simple household items, but for local families in need, they can make a big difference.
Every year, right around Thanksgiving and right around Christmas time, everybody wants to do a food drive, which is lovely, and we get really loaded up with food. But then come around March, April is when all of a sudden all the food banks are empty again.
That's Paige Collins, the executive director of the Council on Aging in Colfax. The COA is responsible for 11 local food pantries across Whitman County that will benefit from the library's Food for Fines drive.
I spoke to staff here at the Colfax branch who told me that through the 29th of this month, members can donate food items, hygiene items, and toiletries to cover up to $10 worth of library funds. Those donations will then go back to local food pantries to meet needs in the community.
A lot of our patrons or community members, they come in and then they'll ask, when is our food drive? Even in November, December, it's like, it's coming right up, it's in February. So they get excited, and then some people will actually hold and wait their fines there until the month rolls up in February, and then they look forward to giving back by donating.
Those donations help to stock pantries that serve about 800 families across the county, or roughly 2,100 individuals. Collins told me most donations go to working families and seniors. Flora said everyone is welcome to donate, even if they don't have library fines. Donations can be made through the end of the month. However, residents should check the hours of their individual branches, as not all are open every day. Rachel Sun, Murrow News 8.
Warmer weather could lead to an earlier open for Pullman's golf course. Joining us live from Palouse Ridge is Murrow News 8 reporter Asher Lind. Hey Asher, what's it look like down there?
Thanks, Jane. I'm here at Palouse Ridge, where managers have been considering opening the course up for play this upcoming weekend. They're eyeing a Saturday open thanks to the warmer weather we've been having this week. If they do that, it would be the first time since 2012 that Palouse Ridge has been open in the month of February. Now, even if they don't open the course this weekend, golfers will still have access to the driving range just down the hill from me. So even though they won't be able to get a full round in, they'll be able to come in and get as many swings as they want before the real golf gets going. Reporting live from Palouse Ridge, I'm Asher Lind for Murrow News 8. Back to the desk.
Thank you, Asher. Can't wait to get my clubs out there. The University of Idaho is gearing up for a weekend of jazz. The Lionel Hampton Jazz Festival starts today and will continue through Saturday. This is the 53rd year of the festival, and musicians this year include Lionel Hampton Band, the vocal quartet, Vocal Voices, and saxophonist Joshua Redman. March starts this weekend, but can we expect spring weather to come along with it?
Promise Callaway will help you prepare for the weekend weather after the break. Well, Jane, I saw the sun this morning on my way to campus today, but I'm curious to know how long it will stay. Promise Calloway, will you tell us about our weather for the week and what to expect?
Yes, thank you, Jasmine. We're going to dive right into today's forecast. So for today, we had a high of 52 and a low of 35. It was very sunny today, which was nice. We had our sun come up around 6:33 a.m. this morning and set around 5:30, and we had our 5 miles per hour wind going on as well. Going into tomorrow, we're going to have a high of 58, so a little bit warmer, almost to the 60s, and we had a low of 34. The sun will come up around 6:30 and set around 5:30, pretty similar to today, and we'll have 13 miles per hour winds, so a little bit windy as well. Going into our state map, it's a little bit warmer on the west side of the map. Seattle's going to be at 55, and we have Olympia at 57. And then it gets a little bit colder as we work our way across the path. Pullman and Spokane, as I mentioned earlier, are still a little bit cold in the higher 50s or the low 50s. Going into our 5-day forecast, like I said, for today it was really sunny, and we'll still have that sun a little bit more on Friday as well, but a little bit more cloudy, and it's also a little windy on Saturday, and we have some clouds going into the weekend. But this is your 5-day forecast. That's all I have for the weather today. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Promise. Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe has requested all schools in the country to shut down for a month due to the rising fear of the spread of the coronavirus. Japanese officials also talked about potentially canceling the year's Olympics, which are scheduled to take place in Tokyo.
Bothell High School is closed today due to fears of the coronavirus. The North Shore School District Superintendent decided to close school after a Bothell employee returned from traveling internationally. He did this over the midwinter break, and the employee has not been tested, but he will be quarantined for 2 weeks. The school will be cleaned, closed, and students and employees who came in contact with the employee are being notified by the school district, and classes are set to continue on Friday. Additional police officers are being deployed to the Northeast District of Delhi after arguably the worst violent attack in decades. The Guardian reports that the protests for Muslim citizenship in Delhi turned violent on Tuesday when Hindu mobs set fire to a mosque and attacked heavily Muslim-populated areas. Last night, the district seemed to be calm as the Prime Minister called for peace and brotherhood. The death toll is 24, and there are currently 200 people that are critically injured. Another matchup in the Apple Cup Series is upon us. Lucy Fasano will preview the matchup as the Cougs head to Seattle.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Murrow News 8. I'm Lucy Fasano. The sequel to the Apple Cup is upon us. The men's basketball team is headed to Seattle to take on the Huskies to finish up the Boeing Apple Cup Series. The Cougs won their first part of the series with the score of 79-67. The Cougars are headed to Eugene for their final road trip of the season. The women's basketball team takes on Oregon tomorrow at 8 p.m. The Cougs' overall record this season is 11-17, and the Ducks are going into the game with a 26-2 record. Make sure to watch it on the Pac-12 network. Day 1 of the Pac-12 Swimming Championship was yesterday. Ryan Falk kicked off the competition for the Cougars, competing in the 800 freestyle relay. Falk completed the race with a WSU all-time top 10 time, moving from 8th to 6th. Washington State also beat the Utah Utes in the same relay and placed 7th overall. And finally, the Cougar baseball team is headed to Arizona to play against Rutgers. The Friday home opener will be played at the Peoria Sports Complex main field, which is the spring training home of the Seattle Mariners and the San Diego Padres. That's all I have for you guys on sports. Back to you guys at the desk.
Gosh, you gotta love Apple Cup season, right?
I'm so excited.
Well, no glow stick, no problem.
Find out what scientists are saying most amphibians can do after the break.
Dad, they took over my bedroom. Come on, come on. Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. Dad! You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Bellevue investigators are giving an alarming fentanyl warning to Bellevue parents after 2 teens overdosed on fentanyl-laced pills over the weekend. Investigators said that teens who attend Bellevue High School thought they were taking the painkiller Percocets, but believed to have been laced with fentanyl. Police said that 2 teen boys admitted they brought the Percocets from the street before they were overdosed at their homes.
A new study shows that some common critters can glow in the dark. Science magazine says that amphibians can glow when exposed to the correct light. So, for example, if you put a frog under a blue light with a dark background, you would actually see it glow green. So if you have a frog or a toad at home, a blue light would be handy, and feel free to take a picture and be sure to tag us on Facebook. So I don't think anybody at home knows this, but Lucy has experience with frogs. Lucy, tell us a little bit about this.
Well, my family professionally jumps frogs, and I haven't personally seen this glow on the California bullfrogs itself, but I do believe with like the poison dart frogs and the tree frogs may have like some glow to them.
That could be, so you jumped frogs professionally?
Yes. So my family jumps frogs professionally, and I think it's a really cool activity based on the book by Mark Twain.
Well, if you ever are bored out there jumping them, feel free to flash that light on them. Well, thank you all for watching tonight. Be sure to catch their newscast at nwpb.org/MN8 and on Cable 8 at 7 and 10.
Don't forget, you can also follow Murrow News 8 on Facebook and Twitter.
Have a great night, everyone.